Now we get more and more specific as we move across the menu bar. Most applications will have a file menu. Every application needs to have an application menu because they must have the quit command, and they should have an about box. They also should have a services submenu, even if they don't support services, and not every application does, but some of the services can be supported at the system level. So you will find most of these commands as well as the hide and show commands. The file menu almost always exists, and it consists of three major sections. The first section up here above this dividing line consists of commands that open documents. They may create them or they may open them. At the end of one of these commands, you have an open document in front of you. The next set of commands basically either close or save documents. It doesn't matter because you can save a document and leave it open, but these are the reverse of opening documents. At the end of the file menu are the print commands that should be here, and you may have other things in the middle. Now this is a standard model for this type of application with a graphical user interface. Everything is in a document. You can open them, you can close them, you can save them, and so forth. That's the standard model, but that is not the only model that we use. For example, I showed you the grab application. Now the grab application's file menu has no new or open command in it. You cannot open a file with grab. What you can do is capture a selection or an image of the screen, and that will show up in a window which you can then close or save. But you cannot open a file with grab, so those commands are missing. And you do have print commands down here because you can print your image that you've created. And of course you can quit. Now there are other applications that also don't adhere to the strict document model. For example, Ical. In its file menu, you can create new events, new to-dos, new calendars, or calendar groups because the structure that Ical uses is basically a database structure, and it is for your information. So it's all going to live inside the operating system in a certain area that I'll show you later when we talk about the file locations, and you can create any of these things within the context of your calendar. There's no save command here. The only way of closing this document is to quit from Ical because it's not a document in the sense of a word processing document where you can open multiple text documents or multiple image documents. You only have one Ical document. You can look at it differently, different layouts, but you only have one Ical document. So Ical is going to take care of saving it for you. You can import and export, but you cannot save it. And you have the ability to back up and restore. These are all file type operations, even if you're running against a database. And you can print, obviously, so the print command is in the Ical file menu. But you will find many applications where the file menu's new commands don't create new documents, but new items within a database structured environment. In Address Book, and all of these are applications that ship with Mac OS X, so you have these. In Address Book, I have the same structure that I had in Ical. I can create a new card or group or so forth. I can close this window, and I can import and export in a variety of formats, and I can print. So these are the variations of the file menu that you will commonly find. You also may find some applications that let you create documents, but there are different types of documents that can be created. So you might have an application where you can create a text editing document or a graphics document and so forth, and those commands may be up here. So you may be able to have multiple types of documents and select which one from a different type of new command. That's the basic information that you'll find in the file menu. Opening and creating files, closing and saving them, and printing with application-specific commands in between.